Hi, this is Anne, and with me it is
Rizwana. Hello everyone.
and today welcome you all to Influencers, where we will be talking about what's happening with the elections right now in Kerala. And today we are going to talk about something exciting, right?
Yes, exactly.
It's also fun, but as media students, it's kind of part of our day-to-day life. We have to observe that thing everywhere, and it's also like something people is fascinated about, right?
Yes, it is advertising.
Yeah, it's advertising. It's how the parties have marketed themselves to the public for the elections, and the votes are already polled on April 9th,
And we are eagerly waiting for the results.
on now May 4th, right?
Yes, we are.
So, Riz, what you have seen this time around?
I've seen a lot of posters, banners around, like always. And I personally do not feel all those banners or their slogans, they do not stand out as much as they used to before.
Yeah.
So that is a factor I personally noticed. And they're all attractive visually, but it loses it does not contain that one spark we are looking for in the advertising.
So, which campaign slogan have kind of reached your heart, that impact, created that impact
LDF verum ellam ശരിയാകും.
in 2016?
Yes, that you, even every kids every I was a kid then.
Yeah.
I remember it exactly. I was not into politics, but I knew that slogan very well. But these the current slogans, they're not up to the mark.
Yeah.
It will never reach this level. I personally believe that.
I didn't. You're saying, are you right now interested in political?
Yeah, I am. I am.
Okay. But I'm coming to your point.
Yeah.
LDF Shirya was a slogan that was so apt for the time, right?
Yes.
Because the then UDF government, which was Suman Chandi was the CM at the time, had so many controversies, especially the bar scam. Then before that they had solar scam, and they were like, the UDF is so corrupt, the image where, so the LDF played on the image of there should be someone who need to clean up the mess, and LDF is that alternative. And I think we mentioned it earlier, right? About how this time around UDF is actually kind of playing the similar cards with their slogan
Kerala
Kerala Geetum
UDF.
Nightly.
Thank you.
So, what do you think of that?
I personally do not have anything exactly to say about. I feel like they are trying to do exactly the same thing as LDF did in the 2016, but again, it is not that up to the mark. I do not know it.
It doesn't have the punch.
Yeah, it does not have that punch. Exactly. Thank you for saying that.
And if you look at this time around, earlier it used to be an alternative year governments we used to have. It's like, if it's about this time around, next time it would be LDF. It was so written, everyone knew. But 2021-11 kind of brought that straight, but it's now for UDF, for them, in that sense of their existence, they did not let the LDF to have a third term. For that, also we have to see that there are controversies around Shabarimala Potti case, and then also we had like so many controversies regarding, especially the Shabarimala case, I would say. They even made a song out of it.
I've heard it.
Yeah. So, UDF is kind of trying to do that magic that LDF did in 2016.
Yeah.
And if it's said that we say that 2026 is the new 2016.
Yes, exactly.
Do you think it will be true for the current opposition? Who knows? And then we have to wait for the
results.
May 4th for to know that whether the opposition will be the new ruling party.
Yeah. But
So we didn't mention. This is a bit about
LDF
today's LDF's slogan. That is മറ്റാരുണ്ട് LDF അല്ലാതെ.
they are trying to
create an image of there is no alternative other than LDF.
Yeah.
Especially when you see there's a rise of BJP leader and we have to observe the fact that BJP is power in center and you need someone who can stand against BJP. That that needs to be someone who is strong. And that leader and so someone who is strong, powerful, someone who can face any sort of storm. It's Pinarayi Vijayan. That's the only image he has.
Yes.
You can see Sachin Pilot. He's a Congress leader. He was president of Rajasthan PC. He was part of the UPA government as minister. He said in a campaign in that from the airport to the venue of his speech, it's filled with banners where Vijayan's Chief Minister Vijayan's face. Sorry. I think it's important to look like the LDF has that leader. They have the same candidate. But if you look at BJP, I think what they are trying to do is that they're not putting their own politics out there.
No, they are not.
They are not. If you see, and if you look at, I was in Talur when Prime Minister Modi came, and I saw the banners, and it had pictures of not just Modi. It had R. Chandrasekhar, who is the current state president of BJP, Tushar Vellappady of BDJS, and Sabu Joseph, the new entry to the NDA, who is the Supremo of 2020. And if you look at BJP is kind of giving room to their allies a lot.
Yes.
And the reason is they know their politics won't work here. Especially in a state like Kerala, which has a rich, vibrant framework of secularism. You cannot do what you have done in a state like North Indian state or any other
UP.
place of UP for example. But UP also have another elements of like land violence or during the SB. They had advantages also. But religion is always the issue with BJP. And that image, BJP can't never get away from that image. Even if how many times they say we are there for development and all, somehow the image of them is people associated is during the Babri Masjid demolition. That image is not going to easily washed away, even if you are in the power in the center for for the third term.
Yeah.
But what they're doing right now is that they are playing on the thoughts of, you see, the LDF and UDF are enemies here, but they're friends. Just next door in Tamil Nadu, they are fighting in the same alliance against BJP and AIDMK alliance.
So they want to bring a change from LDF and UDF. They want to bring something new, that is Maratadu ini marum. That's what they are trying to say.
Keralam valarum. They want to throw Kerala. For that they think LDF and UDF are not enough. They think that they have both those friends have studied the growth of Kerala. And if you have to say, a lot of criticism regarding Kerala, if you ask, is about how our treasury is literally empty, how our unemployment rates are That's always been the topic. How our state is not really even though we are one of the, I think he got the award of like most business friendly state in India. Still, we have this perception as a state where people go from the state outside to work in different states or in different countries. So, what NDA, that is very visible in their, not just in their banners but also their advertisements. How it's about time that there must be a change. And who else is the alternative? LF and UDF are the same team. So we are here. We will develop Kerala.
We'll make the change, we'll bring the change.
Yeah. But as you know, that's not. Shashi Tharoor said BJP in Kerala is a zero-seat party. The maximum they can offer is kind of like maybe 2 seats in Trivandrum, or maybe 1 or 2 seats in Ernakulam with us of 2020, or Manjeshwar in Kasaragod. That also like very not. I don't think Manjeshwar they will have the same impact as in 2016 where Jay Surendran won around like 87 was defeated just because of 87 votes. So that sort of thing is not going to happen again. But still, they are like playing their thoughts with. But even if you know, we all know they got a lot of they got a seat in Parliament with Suresh Gopi in Thrissur. It's because also the reason that Suresh Gopi is the candidate. If there is any place they have chances, it's the state capital, Thiruvananthapuram city. 2 seats where they actually put 2 ex-ministers from the central cabinet, which is the BJP state president and V. Muralidharan in the league. And that's it. I think we covered all the topics, right?
Yes, we did.
And it was fascinating. It was fascinating. And we talked about how, and we should talk. So let's wind up. Wind up
the session.
That's it for today. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for listening to us.
And
Bye-bye.
bye.
Signing off.
Hannah.
Anna.